Stop.
We're live.
All right, well, where's your notes? Because
The notes are down here. It's right here.
Okay.
There you go. Do you want to read it or do you want me to?
All right. Hello and welcome to Carter Conversation 2.0.
2.0.
Hashtag Carter Convo.
Hashtag Carter Convo.
A weekly multimedia extravaganza in which us, the Carter siblings, 3/4 siblings, get together to talk about everything and nothing at the same time.
Are we 3 1/4 siblings?
We're
each
3
1/4.
and 4.
We are born
We're
from the
3 of
same
4.
grandparents.
One of us
is
From
1/4.
oldest to youngest, today we have Krista.
Hi. I like unicorns right now. Fat unicorns.
Okay, Jay.
I am Hurley from Lost.
And me, Kezia. I like Pizza Steve.
Okay.
And 12.
12.
Charlotte is in another time zone and
Also another timeline. We broke that one off after we changed the
is
time.
not here today,
Yes.
but we'll probably get her in the future.
Yes.
She's giving
future
her
we haven't
kids
invented
chill
yet.
pills right now.
Yes. She is chilling her kids out.
This week with us, are we going to this?
We can do it just briefly. I have been this
you
week. I'm a
start.
full-time student. I'm a non-trad student, and so this week we're starting up finals week this next week. So it's just been kind of full of homework and stuff. But I did a little bit of, I don't know. I did a video. I also have another YouTube channel. It's called Shimmy Shanti. And I teach some belly dance meditation. I told you it was spongy. I made some spongy brownies this week too.
Are they the special brownies?
No, they're not special brownies. We don't live in Colorado.
I would like some special brownies.
I know. We'll have to go one state over. We're in Northeast Kansas, so I already had 2.
Okay.
She had
That's good crap.
Okay, what are you doing this week, Jay?
Generally.
Let's see. I just got done with state conference. Let's see what else.
What are you doing? What were you doing? What will you be doing? You mentioned before that you were transcending space and time this week.
I was transcending space and time. It's called sleeping. Yes, I was just over at Renee's house. She's giving me a head rub in there. It's so delicious that I fell asleep. Yes, I've been working this week over at Reliant Apparel where I work. And
Working over where you work.
Most people do.
That's
And
the
some
truth.
people don't.
More than a politician will tell you. I've also been doing stuff with the young men at the church because I'm in the second council in the young men's presidency. So we did like an activity on Wednesday.
So what age group do you deal with?
Is the deacons? So it's like 12 to 14.
12 ages 12 to 14. That's
Right.
a tough age.
It's fine. I mean, they do their thing, man. I just go and they just do their thing and I just watch them. And every now and then I say something.
Okay.
It's not that hard. And then I've been working on a lot of personal projects and just whatever.
So we'll talk about those later.
Nah.
So sleeping.
Sleep is delicious.
Nah.
Watching TV, playing phone games, like you do.
How about you? What you been doing this week?
This week I worked.
Hey.
That's it.
And then I went to a birthday party last night, and that was fun in Manhattan.
What was the cake like?
Little Apple.
Tell me about her cake.
She made her own cake from scratch. It was a chocolate cake, and she made like a brown frosting with edible glitter on it.
Ooh, a brown frosting.
It was like a
chocolate?
brownie gray frosting, and then she put like ribbons of rhinestones around the, decorated.
She made her own cake?
She made her own cake, and she made
for her birthday.
She made her own food. Like there was lasagna and a nice salad and some delicious bass. And she made her own homemade bread.
Wait, who is this?
Emma Hubble.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah.
She was one of the people in my group at EFY.
She was a person when I did stuff.
No, I was a counselor at EFY. And
I know.
in the KU session, she was in my group.
So it was her birthday yesterday, and she had a few friends, and it was fun times. And we played charades, and we all like contributed the words to do charades. and we all got all of the words within like 2 seconds. Like someone was like,
So one of
I
those
wrote
completely unentertaining
like,
games of
the
charades.
Eiffel Tower. I did a Christmas tree. Someone else Teletubbies. I got Teletubbies. Someone guessed Teletubbies from like I was doing this, and then I was doing this, and someone guessed Teletubbies.
Dude, have you ever watched Teletubbies in black and white?
No,
That
it is
crap-
wrong.
That crap is
The
creepy.
whole show is wrong. No, they developed Teletubbies in the 90s as television for babies. No infants should be watching television.
No.
They
I
need
have a
to
very strong
watch
opinion about that.
television with words.
It has
humans say
exactly
words.
0 content. In fact, there's negative content.
Oh,
you
gosh.
get stupider as you watch.
I hate Teletubbies.
Okay, so I guess we're doing a meme of the week, and I found one today that on Facebook. Let me see if I can.
We'll put a link to it in the description so you guys can enjoy it too. Maybe we'll screenshot it or something.
In fact, pause right now.
It had
Go down to the description.
Don't worry
click
about
on
it.
the link. Open the thing and then
He
come
doesn't
back
manage anything.
so
Okay.
that we can all talk about
so
it. together
here's
now.
the picture. Okay,
Okay.
I'll.
I haven't
This
seen
is
It's
the
a
picture.
cup.
It's a cup like a
Coffee
to
cup.
go coffee
A
cup.
to-go
it.
coffee
Plastic
cup.
lid.
The
We have
lid
to
on the
describe
top.
it for people who are hearing
Yes,
this.
the
and
lid on the top, you know, it has the hole for the mouth, you know, where you drink from.
Mhm.
And then there's a little tiny pinhole on the opposite end for the steam to come out of, you know.
Mhm.
So here's the caption it's talking about. You see that little tiny hole? It's big enough to release steam and to avoid pressure buildup inside the cup and ensures that coffee can flow easily into the drink spout. Okay.
Makes sense.
Yes.
It's barely a pinprick, yet it's all you need. For today, find a way to create that little dot in your life. One tiny little thing, sometimes that's all it takes to stop the pressure from building up. And I said, that sounds like masturbation.
That's what we do. Had one tiny hole can fix your entire day.
Prevent that steam from building up.
Prevent the steam from building up. Release the steam. All right.
That was your thought for the week.
World news.
Apparently
What
this
is
is
Bodie
your
McBoatface?
Bodie McBoatface. I wanted to talk about Bodie, which we don't have up on the screen. But Bodie McBoatface, basically, it's a science ship that was built by the UK, and they held a vote.
Oh, that's right.
They held a vote for what the name was going to be, and the forerunner of this list of names,
This is real?
is
Yes.
real, is
They actually built a boat.
Bodie McBoatface.
What were some of the other names?
Let's find out. Let's find out. Hang on, I gotta go.
This was on NPR. Okay, this is legit.
I know NPR covered it, so it must be true. Okay, I'm gonna pull up the link real quick. There were some really good names like the Endeavor and stuff. We're gonna see. I told you we should have kept
And
it
then
up.
we were copying and pasting. Like,
Well, I didn't-
like
I
news.
know. Oh no! Hey, no, never mind. Okay, there we
There
go.
it is. No, it's not.
It's there, and then it wasn't there.
And now it isn't.
Oh,
Bodie McBoatface. It doesn't want to go. Let's just Google for it real quick.
Click.
Bodie.
Voting with boat face.
There it is.
Okay.
Enter.
This Carter Conversation is brought to you by Google and waiting.
That's right. I always like to wait when I look up my Google app.
You know, Krista, I do too. Don't you just love it getting on Google and waiting?
I sure do. You know what else I really love? I really love asking my phone, okay, Google, and then saying, blink, I didn't understand you.
You say that to your phone?
No, my phone says it too. Wait,
But
Google
I don't
doesn't say
understand.
anything to me.
How-
Now it doesn't want to bring up Bodie McBoatface. So
I
can't-
know. It's probably the internet connection rather than Google.
No,
because
well,
Google usually like prides itself on being like this search.
Or you're
took
just gonna have to
0.000.
tell the
No,
story
I,
from what
that's
you
just- I
remember.
can't, so I don't know the other ones, but we'll put the link on there. It was actually not the fact, it's the science ship. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about was the fact that science people are total nerds, and that I think it's awesome that people recommended Bodie McBoatface, and that is the one that they're choosing. Like the general UK public is choosing Bodie McBoatface.
I don't know that necessarily qualifies as being a nerd. I think that just qualifies as being silly.
I think it's, well, and what I find interesting is that it's starting to become mainstream to be silly.
Yes.
Which reminds me of...
Kezia is clearly not mainstream because right now her face is completely stoic.
She does this. It goes... Do, 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 do.
My brain has lost interest.
Yes, we're done. Once Google was like, thank you, please
No,
wait.
I just
Kezia was like...
Anyways. I just think it's British people. To me, it's British humor. Silliness, deep silliness is
Yes.
British humor. Irony, Monty Python, science ship called Bodie McBoatface. The end.
I think we have established the name of the ship.
Okay, continue. Projects we're working on. Okay, Jay, what's your book?
Tell us what you've been working on lately
So-
with this book.
I have a book, and then I'm also working on illustrations for somebody else's book. So the book that I have been writing is a role-playing game manual for the Grimoire campaign setting, which I also invented. And it
This
won a
is your world that you created.
Yes, this is because I entered a contest back in like June or July of last year, and they were looking for up to like 10,000 words describing how to use this rule set that they came up with for Pathfinder in a new and unique world. So you're supposed to describe a world, and I won the contest. So I was like, hey, what would you think if I built my own like world around this thing and built a longer book? And they were like, yeah, sounds good. If you write it, we'll publish it. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I've been writing it.
Oh, good.
And it talks about like this unique world, all the different races, the religions, the history, the magic, like where magic comes from, all the different planes. Like you get the genium, the Fey realm, the ether, the material plane, the other world, and the eldritch planes, things like that. And then
Like you do.
all of this stuff. So I'm in the middle of writing that. It's like 45 pages in, all just solid text. And once I'm done, I'll probably have them help me edit it and stuff. And
Well, that's cool.
it's getting pretty close. Right now, I'm still trying to describe, like, I'm about to start writing the actual history of the planet and everything else. But anyways, and then there's a book I'm illustrating. It's called Blue Bonnie Butterfly. This particular one, it's the third in the series, is called Shadow Play, and it's about
This is
Cat.
the kitty.
yes, it's about cat,
Cat.
spelled with a K and 2 T's, like Matt, but with a K.
Cat.
Cat.
Okay.
And Cat is looking for a place to get out of the sun. And so he has to run around the farm looking for places. And of course, the porch has wet paint on it. And, the little rock pile where the lizard sleeps is too small for him to get into, and all that other stuff. So it's his little adventure. And Blue Bonnie Butterfly comes along and says, let me help you. Because helping is what friends do.
Blue
That is-
Bonnie Butterfly. Why are all of these names acronyms?
I don't think that's what you mean.
I mean, alliteration.
There you go. And then Kezia's brain re-engaged into the conversation. She has now recovered from the blue screen of death.
Steve, I want to hear about your books right now.
So I'm doing coloring books, and I published the profanity coloring book, and I really just did it for fun. But it's
It was so good.
It's on Amazon, and I just let it sit there, and like, hey, people like to buy it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll make better ones. So
If you'll buy this one,
If you buy the
I'll make
if
crap,
you buy the crappy one,
well, what happens if I actually pay attention to it and put effort into it?
that's not very nice. Everybody's gonna be like, wait a minute, I bought that book.
No, but Kezia
F
crap's
you.
good stuff. That's the problem.
Her stuff is really good though.
so this
We
book,
just paid more attention to design. It's not necessarily that her
I
pictures-
designed it better. I paid Jay to do the book cover and help me design the
He's a designer
inside.
for a
Yes.
living.
So
Does
I've
he
been going
design
back
it for
and
a
forth
living?
making.
They don't know that.
I work at Reliant Apparel as an art director. I design and illustrate all day long.
There you go. And so this one has a little bit more, these are, well, I have two more
new
directed. So this one's the F this, the adult motivational phrases and doodles.
Danger,
For
profanity.
People don't give a shit.
That's right, for people who don't.
And I just ordered the proof book today. So I'm getting a copy of that, and then
that should be published.
so in the next, I'll get that next week, early next week. So it'll be published by the end of next week. It'll be ready to buy, I think, if everything is good. And then I'm working on unicorns,
which is my favorite. That's why my fat unicorn is my favorite thing right now.
The Sparkles unicorn. What did I call it? Unicorns, rainbows, and sparkles.
Yes, which apparently also is starting to involve candy and cupcakes.
Well, yeah, that's part of the sparkle.
Nothing beats
cupcakes usually cupcakes usually sparkle. No, let me tell you about
things with faces.
Inanimate objects
edible
with faces.
glitter.
Inanimate objects with
that
faces.
Is like the whole. We should just both.
So I'm like 10 or so. Well, I'm gonna do 60.
Ooh, is it a 60?
Hopefully
page
like
one?
a 50 to 60.
Yeah, so these are deluxe coloring books, lots of them. And if you follow Kezia on Instagram.
I post daily my sketches.
They are hilarious.
My handle is Kezia Carter Studio.
At Kezia Carter Studio.
So yes. But I'm also working on other books that I had old illustrations for too.
Mm-hmm.
Ink blots and the shoes.
Yeah.
And those like I can probably all three of those, the unicorns, they can go at the same time.
That's right.
We just figure since all of us like pretty much draw, we'd all just try a coloring book. All meaning me and Kezia. So I'm working on a coloring book too.
Yeah, so it's your book.
Mm-hmm.
Your coloring book, your writing.
Well, my coloring book right now is just faces. It's female faces, and then it has Mindy henna type Zentangle type designs around faces.
They're not Zentangle. They look like
well, that's a hashtag. It's a thing. It's whatever it is. I'm trying to think of the artist.
If our viewers in England see us doing that, they'll think we're flipping them off twice.
I'm sorry. Is that what they do? They do this?
This is the equivalent of the finger.
Oh. Thanks for showing the finger.
I'm just saying.
On Google Plus.
Hey man, you said the word shit.
I didn't. It was Kezia.
It's
all so we'll bleep it out.
We can't bleep it out. It's live. But that's okay. I'm fine. So I'm doing a coloring book, and then I'm also still writing fairy tales, and some of my published fairy tales are already on Amazon, and you can find them there. That's what I've been working on creatively. It's just the fairy tales and the coloring book. But I'm also working on a nonfiction book about womanhood. So womanhood and neo-indigenous thoughts on femininity. I just like sounding really smart.
Yeah,
I'm neo-indigenous.
I'm making a book on neo-femininity too, and it's feminism as well. It's coming after the role-playing game book. It's going to be the supplements.
OMG.
You talking about your game?
Oh, yes, because I'm playing a role-playing game right now. I'm playing several, actually.
Oh, which, by the way, everybody, happy International Worldwide Tabletop Gaming Day yesterday. And I went over to my friend's house for that because she's like, we all got to talking for like an hour. And she's like, okay, we have to play a game, otherwise baby Will Wheaton will know that we're not playing a game, so we have to play a game. I don't know what that means, but somehow I think it gets back to Will Wheaton if people don't observe this day.
That's interesting. So yes, I'm currently playing 3 role-playing games, one of which I am actually running as well. Mm-hmm. So in one of them, Andrea's brother Nick is running a game, and we are all pirates. My character's name is Kraken Jack. He's best known for his pair of whips that he can use to trip all his opponents.
Cracks and jacks.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're like tentacles, and the Kraken is going to get you.
You are the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of yeah, Kraken Jack, he's out there. He's got his big dreadlocks. He's got his beard, maybe. He's got tattoos around his arms. They're all whippy and things. And so he literally whips out his whips because they're magical tattoos.
I would really like to dread your hair.
I think that would be cool. So then there's another role-playing game I'm playing where we are all orcs, and we have all been part of orc society long enough that we all worship Kasuth, the orcish god of fire.
Ooh, is that a thing, or did you make it up?
No, it's a thing.
Cool.
So that's fun. We just got done beating up a whole bunch of drought and preventing the end of the world again. Then there's this third one that I'm running, actually, for a friend of mine, Brandon Roizen, and his wife and her child.
Why don't you just mention everybody's name on there?
And all of the other people who I will now mention in alphabetical order. Tommy Thomason.
Jay.
That's it. I'm just kidding. There's no Tommy Thomason.
Okay.
No, but so this third one that I'm running is actually set in the Grimoire campaign thing that I'm writing about. So I'm playtesting the rules that I have been writing down.
How have your rules been going so far?
So far, so good. I've heard people give me some good reviews. I also did when it came on last year. So.
CanCon.
Hashtag CanCon.
CanCon. Stop flipping people off. Now that you know that, I'm like, I feel
this way.
Oh,
that way
it's okay.
Yeah, this is not offensive. This is fine. This is a peace sign.
Peace. Two peace signs.
You just don't do it the other way around because that's
to me. I feel like eyes on me.
Anyways, so yeah, there you go. So
anything could be offensive to anybody. I know.
I'm not going to be offensive to people. Not having your hair covered could be offensive.
I found this article that says that based on researchers' findings, the odds that humans are the only intelligent form of life in the universe is 1 in 10 billion trillion. But the fact that there are such great distances between the stars, plus the uncertainty of how long technological species can exist before extinction, means there is a very, very good chance that humans may never communicate with other civilizations in the universe. Can I just say that they, like the fact that the scientists noted that there is some sort of like expiration date to societies that have technology?
Yeah, dude.
It's like technology,
they destroy themselves.
Yeah. So what the heck does that mean?
It means that I'm sure that there have been and will continue to be intelligent life in this universe, but that eventually they will kill themselves just as we will kill ourselves.
As he looks at his iPhone.
No, it's true. Did you know that the Three Musketeers bar was originally split into 3 pieces with 3 different flavors, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry? And when the other flavors became harder to come by during World War II, Marx decided to go all chocolate.
I didn't. Where did you find that information?
On littlenotefacts.com.
Hey! We should put it.
Did they all have little swords inside?
Probably. Little plastic sword. It came wrapped inside. It's like a Cracker Jack box. You open the Cracker Jack box, you get a prize. You open the Three Musketeers, you get a little sword. Little plastic sword to eat each of the individual.
And there was there only one sword, and you had to find out which one had the sword.
Yeah.
That makes so much more sense. I always wondered why Three Musketeer bars were called Three
It's completely
Musketeers.
unrelated to the candy bar anymore.
Neapolitan flavor.
Yes.
Hashtag they ought to bring that back.
Yeah. Hashtag Neapolitan.
That's right.
Well, you know, the Paleolithic humans only lived to be in their 30s and then they died.
Yeah, they didn't even have time to do that.
We lived to our hundreds now.
That's true. Shriveled up on a bed somewhere usually.
It's true.
So
Yeah, we've already.
So did we have closing remarks?
yeah. Were you going to say something about your hair?
Are we down to closing remarks at this point?
I don't know.
Well, I've reached the end of my list. Since it's the first time we've done this.
See, Jay's
We've done this.
the church.
Oh.
Opinions on wardrobe.
Okay.
Wardrobe.
By the way, your hair is looking especially nice and textured today.
Yes, that's because I did things to it.
I like
It looked nicer earlier
this
today.
curl.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's
Oh
spraying.
yeah, it springs. It goes. Oh yeah.
My whole hair looked like that earlier, but I just got done having a head up from Renee, so.
Yes. head rubbed in. But that's okay. She didn't really mess it up.
So what do you mean by wardrobe?
So, okay.
Your kilt?
Yes. So at church, I used to have the assignment to teach the gospel doctrine class to the adults. That was going really well, actually. My first choice in wardrobe was this tweed jacket with a bow tie, and everybody called me the professor because I had this big beard, long hair.
You looked really good, except for sometimes you're getting to the point where you can't
Can't even see the bow tie, which is why I switched to regular ties. But when I switched to regular ties, I also switched to a kilt.
Yes.
Like you do. Scrap the
Because
jacket,
you do.
go for the kilt. I was wearing that for the longest time until they gave me a new assignment. So now I'm no longer the gospel doctrine teacher. Now I am the second counselor in the young men's group presidency, which means that I basically am there supervising the 12 to 14-year-olds while they teach each other stuff out of scriptures.
Mm-hmm.
And also on Wednesdays when they do scouting stuff, even though they're technically not related groups, but since it's the 11-year-olds, or the 12-year-olds, they want me to be there because reasons. Well, when this transition happened, I decided, okay, well, I'll just go for the more traditional look and go, slacks, shirt, and tie.
Mm-hmm.
And one member, confronted me about it, and they were like, I am not happy about the pants. And I'm like,
I'm expecting the total opposite.
I get
This is
so many people
awesome.
coming up to me,
uh-huh.
telling them how much they miss your kilt.
I know. We don't even go.
And I don't even go.
We don't go to
I
your
don't
building.
live here.
And
I
so
know. She lives in another city.
They're like,
That's so funny.
I am upset about the pants. I'm like, why? What's so wrong about the pants? They're like, because you should not have to bow to that patriarchal
to the patriarchal so and so.
To the nonsense that everyone has to conform in order to be acceptable. People are human beings, whether they wear pants or kilts or anything. And I'm like, I assume you must have heard something. Yeah, somebody told me that somebody told you that you were not to wear the kilt anymore. And I was like, I was told no such thing.
That's really cool. I'm so glad because I thought you were going to say the opposite.
No.
Oh, I'm so happy. Because the kilt is part of what makes you you. Even though I have had one guy who does. There's one guy who told me, he's like, man, Jay in his kilts. And I was like, I know, right? And then he's like, but he's got to wear it better. I think that you need all of the accoutrement.
Of course I need the accoutrement, but I can't have all the accoutrement because I don't have all the Monet.
So, yes.
So anyway, and then came the transition of my hair.
Yeah.
Because before I was wearing it back and up like a man ponytail, right? Like a bro tail.
Man bun.
Man bun, whatever you want to call it.
Man poof.
I invented the man bun.
Yes, you did.
I was wearing it before it became a man bun. Hashtag not a man bun. So, but then
it's a man muffin.
Yes. So then I decided, you know what? I'm going to do something a little different. So yesterday I went to the state conference, the adult session.
Yes.
And I just decided to brush it out and leave it.
Oh.
And it was just huge.
Yeah.
And the second I walked in, the missionaries were like, yeah. And I'm like, that's right, dude, what?
That's right, brother. Yes.
And then today I
Waffro in the house.
I put some wen in it, and I made it all. It was all nice and settled and curly.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Mm-hmm. I had this every single time I do that. Every time
I know.
Every time I take my hair and make it all nice and curly and settled and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time I have an old lady, any old lady, just come up to me and be all like, "I love your hair." I'm like, "Well, thank you." She's like, "I wish I had it." Thanks.
I've had old ladies come up to me.
Apparently, I have old
they
lady
want my
hair.
Really? When it was longer and thick and beautiful and luscious,
Mm-hmm. Everybody. What's the weird thing about having naturally thick, beautiful hair, which we all do, even though it's really hard to take. It's really hard to take care of. But the thing with that is that people will just take liberty to just come up to you and
I've never had anyone touch me though.
Well, but you also give off the air of get the F away from me. But I've had people like, oh, your hair is so beautiful. It's just so
I had in a completely hetero way. This guy came up to me in church today after church, and
I like how you had to say in a completely hetero way.
I'm just saying, this was not an advance or anything. This was just him being all like. Sorry, I just had to do that. Is that okay?
I had to. I was compelled.
And I'm just like, it's fine, dude, whatever.
Okay.
So I've got guys touching my hair for, compelling reasons, apparently.
Yes. It's a I get told I have Disney princess hair. It's a curse.
Can't do a thing with it. It's
So-
actually really difficult because I can't put it behind my ears or anything. So if it gets in my face, it's
Real
just-
quick, I think we should all talk about our favorite movies. Like favorite movie right now, favorite movie of the week.
Can I talk
Sex in the
about-
City 2.
Why? Tell me about
I
that.
watched it like 4 times.
You finally bought it.
I finally bought it and I watched like 4 times. I like watching the girls go places. And I like the second movie better because I'm tired of like the fairy tale because the first one's about like the getting married.
Yeah. The wedding.
But then the
yeah.
second one's more about the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more like what the TV show was.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And I Googled, they went to the Middle East, what's it called? Abu Dhabi in the movie. And the hotel manager guy provided them with these 4 brand new Maybachs
Mm-hmm.
that spelled Maybach,
Yeah.
but Maybach. And I looked them up, they're like a $200,000 car.
Which is a house.
I-
Really
I-
nice house.
I don't even know
In
what a
Kansas.
Maybach is.
And I didn't know what it was either.
But I was telling Kezia the other day when she told me this, it's in the Lord song Royals.
Apparently.
Only she says Maybach. That's how she says it, is Maybach.
My friends and I, we've cracked the code.
Okay, you go.
Maybach's diamonds on your timepiece. So jet planes, some
Crystal
anyway.
Maybach's diamond.
Yeah,
Wait.
Crystal is a type of alcohol. Maybach.
Crystal Maybach.
Diamonds on your timepiece. That's the line.
Tigers
Well,
on
she
the
probably
gold
said it
leash,
that way
we don't
because
care.
it sounds better. Maybach.
Maybach's.
My
yeah.
bag. My bag.
My
My
bag. Diamonds on your timepiece.
My bag.
I know
Royals.
we're not gonna sing the
You
song.
know
Movie.
what belongs.
So the most recent movie that I saw, which is not necessarily my favorite movie right now, but I'm just gonna say I saw it the other day, like a couple days ago. I actually saw the new Huntsman movie with
That's out?
that is out.
I
It
think that
came out
this week, right?
It was actually really pretty decent, mostly for Emily Blunt, who just really, man, she.
Rips up the Frozen Queen aspect.
I mean, it was very much like they were trying to do like a live version of Frozen, for which I was like, come on. But other than that,
Well, it
what
makes sense. I mean, she named her kid Snow, for goodness sakes.
did she?
Yeah, Snow White.
No, that Snow White was not her kid.
What?
He hasn't seen the film.
Okay.
So Emily Blunt.
I thought that's where they were going with
Plays-
the film. Like it was a prequel. or
That's what I'm
something.
saying. It's like you think that she's going there, but then they don't go there. And this is a strange little universe that they're starting to create. These filmmakers that made the Snow White and the Huntsman and now Huntsman and whatever. So Thor is really good, but he's just sort of like a jolly Santa Claus man who's really hot. And but it was mostly Emily Blunt that I liked in this film. She like really brought her acting chops and just acted circles around everybody. And there were some really I don't know if they were small people or not, like the ones who played the dwarves. I don't know if they were actual small people or if it was technology, but they looked like small people and they were really good.
They did practical small people with John Leguizamo in Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I'm saying it's like, usually I can tell, but these people were so perfectly proportioned. I was wondering if it was CGI or not. And I'm like, no,
CJI.
I said CGI, but it sounded like J.
CJIJ.
I
pretty good.
thought it was good. Yeah, I thought it was worth a watch. You might wait until it comes to the dollar theater or on DVD.
Okay, the character you liked better, Emily Blunt's or other chick. I can't remember her name right now.
What other chick?
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron is always gorgeous, but I liked Emily Blunt this time around. I thought she just
Scale of 1 to 10, go.
scale of 1 to 10, the whole
Emily-
film.
Emily Blunt.
What's 1 and what's 10?
10 is the best.
10 is the best. I would give Emily Blunt an 8.75.
And Charlize Theron.
Theron, I would give her a 7.
And Hemsworth.
Hemsworth, I'd give him an 8.
There you have it. Straight from.
And I would give the
Midwich.
midgets. I would give the midgets in the film
Midgets
a
is
9.
offensive.
A 9 point. I don't know. Little people, small people. I am not trying to be offensive. Small people, if you are watching this, tell me
Hashtag
how
not
to call
offensive.
you. Tell me what to call you, and I will, because I want to respect you, because those actors were fantastic.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Okay, you're
hashtag
moving.
yes, I'm sorry, and no, I'm not.
Hashtag moving on.
Well, I haven't watched a unique movie lately that I was really excited about, unless you count like Batman versus Superman. But I'm super psyched for Civil War.
That's a good one.
Oh, Batman versus Superman. But
Batman
you can
versus
talk
Superman.
about Civil War too, even though that's
Civil
coming.
War is looking really good.
Why?
They've got a lot of.
Because me, I'm just like, I'm done.
Okay, they've
I'm
got a
done
lot of.
with Marvel.
They got a lot of positive reviews.
Why
for it.
should
Here's
I do
why.
Marvel movies anymore?
Here's why. Number one, they do fan service well, as opposed to other places that do fan service that makes it so obscure that only the like true diehard fans would understand it, and everybody else
Right.
is just going, "What?" 2, it's got Spider-Man in it, which is a milestone in the Marvel Studios history.
Isn't he
because
supposed
is
to
a
die in this
milestone.
one?
someone is supposed to die in this one. I
You
haven't seen it.
can't,
Like
you
I
know,
said.
you can't kill Spider-Man. This kid has to do more films.
No, he is going to do more films.
That's what
Here's-
I'm saying. You
here's the
can't kill
lowdown.
Spider-Man.
For those of you who
Oh
haven't
no,
heard
wait,
yet,
but what's her face died? Who's
So-
the last one?
shush.
Didn't she?
What's her face did not die. That was Quicksilver.
Oh,
Hashtag spoilers. Everything's a hashtag these days. So the deal is Sony currently has the rights to Spider-Man. And
Right.
before they decided to do the Civil War project, Marvel Studios could not use Spider-Man in any of their Avengers movies.
Mhm.
So what they decided to do was say, hey, look, Sony, you're not doing so good on the Spider-Man sort of side of things. It's not going very well. People don't like them anymore. What do you say we come in and start basically telling you how to do your job, and then they will like you again? And Sony was like, yes, please.
Yeah, I know.
So
right? They so
now
need that.
Sony and Marvel Studios have got this arrangement where Kevin Feige, the guy who runs the Avengers side of things, will come in and help. And he's now named the next Spider-Man movie. It's called Homecoming,
Uh-huh.
which has a double and triple meaning. Number one, Homecoming, because it's coming back to Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
And 2, because there's a storyline in the Spider-Man comic books called Coming Home.
Uh-huh.
And so it's a play on words there. 3, Homecoming like in high school. So, and that's when he's supposed
still
to
in
be-
high school? I know it's
They are
college.
reinventing the series again, but they're doing it right this time. So he's got Tom Holland as the actor.
Oh
He's
my
like in his
so they're
teens.
getting a new.
Is this a
Yes.
new actor?
Yes.
Getting another
This is
actor?
a reboot of a reboot. Yes.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, this will
But-
be what? The 4th time that they rebooted Spider-Man?
If
I'm
you count the
done.
1980s film made by Japan, yes.
Oh, I'm
So-
done. I'm done with Spider-Man.
No, but it's
done.
good because it's being done correctly this time by Marvel Studios itself. This is what I'm saying. That's why I'm excited. So
If-
he's going to
look,
show up.
If Stan Lee is there,
No, but here's the
I'll
thing.
watch it.
They're not going to bother with an origin story this time around because
Thank
origin
you.
stories have been done
Thank you.
with Spider-Man. Everybody knows who
Twice
Spider-Man is.
over.
Yes. So they're just moving on. The moon is made of ribs. They are moving on.
The moon is made of ribs. Would you eat the moon if it were made of ribs?
Just
Well,
say
I don't
yes.
know.
Just say yes and we'll move on. I think this is a good place to end.
So there you go. I'm excited for Civil War.
Okay. Me too. We can't just end it. We have
Well,
to tell people.
I'm just
okay.
getting it ready.
Oh,
Okay, so here's where to find us online. Krista, go.
Oh, you can currently find me at, I'm switching up my websites. I'm in the middle of stuff. So you can find me on social media at Krista Kubi. Find me on Instagram and stuff. I would check out my Shimmy Shanti channel. That's where I'm doing weekly broadcasts. You can check me out there.
Belly dancing.
Belly dancing. Yes.
I am Equal Opportunity Facebook and Twitter. I have all my Facebook posts hitting Twitter as well. You can find me on Facebook at J Carter III. You can find me on Twitter at Jabbergluck. That's JABBERGLUCK.
Good job for
Keys, yeah.
spelling out loud.
Instagram
That's the big
at Kezia Carter Studio. I'm also on Facebook, Kezia Carter Studio, but daily I'm on Instagram and I push them to Facebook. So
one. Right.
Oh,
there you
also
go.
check out my blog, spiltinckimaginarium.blogspot.com.
We'll put these all in the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
I'm glad everybody
got-
joined us for today.
We got the first one there
That's
out of the
right.
way.
That's right. We're doing it.
Next time it'll be awesome too.
Yes.
And we'll get better.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Tell us what you want us to talk about next time. Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Okay, bye.